Hey YouTube, Moose Cow here, and as you can see, I just picked up my own Kings and Kaisers hit dice from Madman. I managed to meet up with him this past weekend, and I gotta say, this is pretty fantastic. This is pretty cool, guys. Like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I mentioned in my last announcement when talking about the Kings and Kaisers tournament, which is happening January 10th and 11th. Friday, Saturday is a quick reference. This coming January, so a little over a month away from as I record this video. But anyway, a little over a month away. But I did not have these dice to show off in that video just yet. If you've seen my Kings and Kaisers videos, these are my 10 millimeter dice, color-coded dice that I have been using for the past several years. And when I decided to, try and have some kind of color coding, because you get used to the hit dice with EVR and other games, but with Kings and Kaisers and Axis Analyze 1914, the dice are smaller, and it's a 10 millimeter dice versus 16 millimeter dice. These are the young grasshopper dice, and you can see the size difference comparison there. These are 10 millimeter dice. These are 10 millimeter dice. These were. And you can see I have it in a tackle box, but let me open that and see if it looks a little nicer. These are my ones, these are my twos, these are my threes, these are my fours, these are my poison gas dice, and then these are the dice I use for tech rolls, field technology rolls, and also convoy rolls when I'm doing like YouTube wars and stuff like that. And then these are just markers I have in here for when I'm plotting out battles and stuff like that. These were originally my twos because this company, Warlord Games, they're the one who makes these dice. When I was first getting these dice, I don't think they had blue available yet, and then I switched it to when it was available. When I saw that they had blues, I upgraded the green to the blue, and then repurposed these for tech and convoy rolls. This just looked better. But anyway, I digress. So these dice do have rounded corners. They have if you have a copy of Axis Analyze 1914, it comes with just only black dice, and they all have pretty harsh not as harsh corners as these. Here's a comparison. But it's a little, the 1914 dice is a little in between this, in between the two different styles. Hopefully it focuses. Here we go. Hopefully that focuses okay. Yeah. You can see there's a difference there. But anyway. Anyway, that's just the kind of the difference in the dice. Now you might be asking, like, well, I can just use these dice, right? And yeah, you can. You absolutely can use whatever hit dice you have, or just whatever regular dice of your choosing. Absolutely. But because here is a starting Kings and Kaisers game, because there's so many units on the board and the battles can be so exponentially huge, rolling with small dice and just being able to roll a ton of dice at once, one, it's more practical, but two, it's a lot of fun to roll that many dice at once. It's when you got a huge battle like on the Eastern Front or the Western Front, and you just got like just a huge amount of dice going, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to roll that many dice at once. It just feels ridiculous. So I like the 10 millimeter dice because it just gives a different feel. Of course, 16 millimeter dice, they're great, and I still love the young grasshopper dice as well. I really like the feel and the corners of these ones, personally. But there's just something about rolling a whole bunch of dice. Now these Warlord game dice, you can buy them via color, and they come in like 30 dice a pack. So like this is 30 dice here, this is 60, this is 60, this is 60, this is 60, this is 30. Because Madman and his friends had to get these manufactured and made. They are engraved very lightly. They are engraved. The ones you can see are black stars. The 2s are a light blue. The 3s are a dark blue, and the almost black, not quite, but almost black. And then the 4s are a dark red. The corners are a little, like I've said, they've been saying, the corners are a little harsher, and part of the manufacturing process, the corners are being this harsh is kind of just a result of, because they had to get engraved. This is basically, the corners had to be like this. Personally, in my personal opinion, I would have liked to have them just a little more rounded, like the Warlord game dice, but it doesn't really matter too much with a 16mm dice. When you if they have really harsh corners, you know, if they have really harsh corners, they won't, sometimes when you roll some of them, they just like plop down because they're so big and the corners just don't allow them to really roll. So that's been always my complaint with with dice that have harsh corners. But because these dice, I was going to grab a few 2s, because these dice are so small, that momentum kind of takes care of that problem. So you still get like a very decent amount of roll with it, you know. So of course I'm not rolling very well right now. 2 hits, I'll take it. But this has been something that Madman has been wanting to do for a very long time, and pretty much since we started, he's been talking about wanting to make Kings and Kaisers hit dice. Now, no attack value. No units have an attack value of 1, so you only need 1s for defense and for like mines and sea mines and stuff. Yeah, so you get different amounts, again, because of the manufacturing of it all and like trying to make it cost effective, and in terms of, you know, a giant bulk order and stuff. So in order, the mounts are different per dice, and it just kind of makes sense to do it that it just makes a lot of sense to do it that way. So each set of Kings and Kaisers hit dice, if you're interested, you can reach out to Madman and you can buy them from him for $40 a set in person, or $45 shipped. If you come to the Kings and Kaisers tournament, they'll be there. They'll be available there if you're coming to the Kings and Kaisers tournament. Otherwise, they're $45 shipped from him, and you can reach out to him at grandcommandgaming@gmail.com. They're also available on Combat Miniatures, their website, for $42.95 plus shipping as well. And just to go over the amounts of dice you get 10 1s. Again, because they're only defense. There's nothing. This is just the logo here. There's nothing that attacks at a 1. So you get 10 1s. You get 20 2s. You get 30 3s, because that's mostly what you're going to be rolling, and you get 24s. Madman made a video, but he forgot about these. You also get in each set, you also get 3 poison gas dice. And poison gas is only only an offensive thing. There's no defensive poison gas, so that's why you only get 3. And these dice, they're a little different. The corners are rounded, and because of the difference between, I guess, the difference between engraving a symbol versus engraving just a number, right? So I guess that was a factor in that. But these dice are actually a little more rounded. I would say they're a little more rounded. Here, let me compare to my old poison gas dice. They're even a little more rounded than the Warlord Games dice. And these dice, all they have is they have a 1, a 2, a 3. Here, let me show you how they look. I think they look pretty slick. And then the other sides are blank, because those don't matter. Now, in terms of how poison gas works, well, I'm gonna save that for another video. I'm gonna be doing some rule videos very soon. I'm gonna start churning out a few of those, just going over how different things work with Kings and Kaisers before the tournament. And the first video, rule video I'm planning to do is a field technology overview, how all the different field techs work and stuff. And that will come in to play in that video. So yeah, but yeah, again, just wanted to show off these sweet, delicious, sexy looking little dice. Oh my goodness. It's very, very cool. I, of course, have them on the Kings and Kaisers battle board, which is also available through Combat Miniatures or through Man directly. This is the Kings and Kaisers battle board. And again, because if you're not familiar, because of the amount of units that start on the board rather than like typical Axis and Allies rules, you know, not that you always have to, but you take the pieces off and then you put them on the battle board. With this, also the advantage of having small dice is instead of doing that, you just put your dice on the battle board. So you look at what's on the battle and then you put the dice there and you figure it out that way, and you're less likely to mess something up by accident. So again, it's very, very cool. So that's basically about it. Let's just do a little, here, I'll do a little comparison between the young grasshopper dice here. I'll do this real quick. Okay, so there's the young grasshopper dice up top. There's the official Kings and Kaisers dice down below. Bam. You can really see that size difference. I also think it's just, I personally just think it's hilarious how small the dice are. You know, everybody I show always gets a kick. They get a kick out of the dice, how small they are, and they're gonna get a kick out of these. I can just tell. Now, also kind of with the style, the color. Now, why did Madman go with this color style? Well, the color style kind of ties into the color palette of the map. The white, very much like the white territories. The light blue, kind of the lighter blue territories. I think also like the darker blue territories, and I think the color around like minor cities like Algiers here, for example, or Strasbourg up there. It's kind of the color of the 2s, and then the 3s, it's like the color of the ocean. I think also this is the color of, might be the color of the C-zone lines, kind of like, you know, even if it's not, even if it's a little off or whatever, it's, you know, I think it's represented well with that. And then of course the 4s, the dark red of the dark red 4s, that matches with the color of like the capitals and the major cities. So we got Paris and Verdun there, got London up here, you know, Petrograd up there. So that's where that dark red comes from. And then I guess since we're comparing, I'll have my dice here, my old school numerical dice. Now those are a little brighter, which kind of goes with the Kings and goes with the young grasshopper style a little more. Those are brighter, but yeah. I'll still, of course, have these. Maybe I'll bounce between the dice depending on my mood, I guess. But it is really cool, just really cool to have my own hit dice. Now, of course, official hit dice for Kings and Kaisers. I got 2 sets because I'm a go big or go home person, and I like to plan stuff out on the map when I'm doing YouTube wars and whatnot. So I wanted to have more than enough dice, so I got 2 sets. 1 set of dice should do you good. Again, you know, it's $40 for a set. This is, you know, very independently made. You know, it's not like you know, we're not like a major gaming company that's churning these out. You know, won't mention who, but you know, we're just a couple guys with some contacts in China. You know, or you know, That's basically how this came to be. And I gotta give my hat off to Madman for doing this. He was very dedicated and very persistent on getting this done, and it is awesome that these finally exist now. So one thing before I go, I'm gonna do a little bit of fun. I'm gonna roll everything. So I'm gonna roll everything that's attacking. I'll get these dice back up here on the defense. Okay. Let's see how good of an attack roll this might be. Let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hits. And then on top of that, a very good poison gas roll. 3, 1, 2. So 6 infantry paralyzed. Cool. Yeah, that was actually a pretty decent roll. It was mostly the high rollers that hit. Now, let's roll the defense, because why not? We like rolling dice. That's why we're all watching, right? That's why you're watching. Let's see. This is going to be painful. We know it's going to be painful. Yeah. Not as painful as I was thinking it was going to be, but hey. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow, I think I got 17 and 17. Yeah, I got 17 and 17. Defense got boned, but hey, everybody bleeds. It's a war of attrition. Fun stuff. Okay, well, that's all for now. So stay tuned for some rule videos, like I said. I'll be making those and putting those out when I can. Again, big shout out to Madman for making this happening. I believe he also worked with a fella named that goes by Blind Man to get these made. So shout out to him as well. And again, mentioned it before, they're $40 for a set of dice from Madman in person at the Kings and Kaisers tournament, or if you're just able to meet up with him somehow. Or they're $45 shipped, and you can reach out to him at grandcommandgaming@gmail.com. I'll put that in the video description. And they're also available on combatmanagers.org for $42.95 plus shipping. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Take care. And yeah, take care. And there'll be more content coming soon.